Michael Turner was a 38-year-old construction supervisor, divorced, exhausted, and running late for everything in life. Late to work. Late to his son's baseball games. Late to becoming the man he once promised he'd be. That night, all he wanted was to get home, heat up leftovers, and fall asleep to the sound of the TV. But instead, he pulled over. He rolled down the window just a crack. "Ma'am, are you okay?" The woman looked up. She was maybe in her early 30s, brown hair plastered to her face, wearing a thin jacket that offered no protection from the cold rain. Her eyes were red, not just from crying, but from something deeper, fear. I'm sorry," she said quickly. "I didn't mean to scare anyone." "You didn't," Michael replied. "Do you need help?" She hesitated. That hesitation said everything. "My car broke down," she finally whispered. "Phone's dead. I've been standing here for almost an hour." Michael glanced at the empty road behind him. No street lights. No houses. Just trees and darkness. "Get in," he said. "I'll drive you somewhere safe." Her hands trembled as she opened the door. "Thank you," she said, voice cracking. "My name is Emily." "Michael." As she sat in the passenger seat, he noticed how tightly she clutched her purse, like letting go might cause her to fall apart completely. They drove in silence for a few minutes, rain pounding the windshield. Then Emily spoke, barely louder than the hum of the engine. "I didn't plan to be out here tonight." "No one ever does," Michael said gently. Her eyes filled again. "I left the hospital." Michael's heart skipped. "Are you okay?" She shook her head. "My son. Noah. He's 6. He's been sick for months. Tonight, the doctors said, they said there's nothing more they can do." The words hit him like a punch to the chest. "I just needed air," she continued. "I walked out, didn't even realize how far I'd gone. My car overheated. And then I just broke." Michael tightened his grip on the steering wheel. His own son, Jake, was 7. The same age. He imagined that hospital room. The machines. The fear. "I'm so sorry," he said quietly. She nodded, tears streaming freely now. "I don't know how to go back in there. I don't know how to be strong for him." They reached a gas station, bright lights cutting through the darkness. Michael parked. "Let me help with your car," he said. "At least let's fix one problem tonight." She tried to protest, but he was already out in the rain. It turned out to be a simple fix: coolant hose loose. 15 minutes later, her car was running again. She stared at him like he'd performed a miracle. "Thank you," she said. "I don't know how to repay you." Michael smiled weakly. "You don't have to." But as she got into her car, something made him ask, "Which hospital?" "Children's Mercy," she said. Michael froze. That was the same hospital where his son had been treated years ago. The same hospital where a stranger once paid for Jake's emergency surgery when Michael couldn't afford it. He felt his hands start to shake. "Emily," he said, voice unsteady. "What's your son's last name?" "Walker." Michael's breath caught. He reached into his wallet and pulled out an old, worn photograph, a little boy with a shaved head, smiling from a hospital bed. "This was my son," Michael said. 7 years ago. Someone we never met covered his surgery. Saved his life." Emily stared at the photo. Her mouth fell open. "That was us," she whispered. "My husband, before he passed. He believed if you could help someone, you should. No matter what." Michael felt tears blur his vision. "I've spent years wondering who you were." The rain seemed to fade into the background. Emily covered her mouth, sobbing. "I never thought, after everything, that kindness would come back like this." Michael took a deep breath. "Let me take you back to the hospital." She shook her head. "You don't have to." "I want to," he said firmly. Back at the hospital, they walked down quiet hallways together. Noah lay sleeping, small chest rising and falling. Michael stepped closer and felt something settle in his heart. He pulled Emily aside. "I have savings. And connections. Second opinions. Trials. Whatever it takes, I want to help." Her legs gave out, and she collapsed into the chair, crying harder than before. Not from fear this time, but from hope. Weeks later, Noah was accepted into an experimental treatment program. Months later, he rang the bell, cancer-free. Life didn't become perfect. It never does. But it became meaningful. Michael learned that night that stopping for a stranger isn't an interruption, it's an invitation. A reminder that the good we put into the world finds its way back, often when we need it most. So if you ever see someone crying on the side of the road, maybe stop. Because you never know. And if this story moved you, like this video, subscribe to the channel.